Whoa, whoa. Hey everyone, I'm here at the IHG, the InterContinental in Phuket. How the heck did I get here? Well, let's rewind a little bit and I'll show you. We are on our way to Houston so we can connect our business class flight on a new carrier that I haven't flown before. It's Singapore Airlines business class. Flying Singapore Airlines to Manchester and then Manchester to Singapore with a long 8.5-hour layover, and then we're going to Phuket, Thailand. To Thailand! Boarding our first business class for Singapore Airlines, A350. Short layover in Manchester. Got some cashews and almonds. Perhaps I should have waited until I got something to drink before I started putting salty nuts in my mouth. Cheers. Bubbly. Just like my personality. Not. Well, they're very strict here in Manchester. Everything was looked at and inspected. I guess that's a good thing. Now I gotta find a lounge, check a board. So it's breakfast time. Got some fresh fruit, butter, coffee, and water, and some pineapple juice. Thank you. Super fresh. Unlike me. So we're at Changi Airport, Silvercrest Lounge, shower room. So, been traveling for 24 hours flying so far. So, that's a long day. And masks are required in Changi Airport and Singapore in general and on Singapore Airlines. So, be relaxed spa and sleeping areas. Go upstairs. It's the transit hotel. Wonton. So we're in Phuket. Customs took about 2 minutes for me, about 5 minutes for her. Our bags came out first, and they got here. No problem. Decent deal. It's only 10 megabits per second though. That's 8 days, but it gives you 15 gig of speed, but this is unlimited with 10 megabits per second, which is not bad. So it cost us 750 baht for the taxi. Exchange rate, I think it's $25. That's 20-ish dollars. Hey everyone, so I'm here in Thailand and I want to talk to you about the entry requirements to get into Thailand right now. For one, if you're a US passport holder, a US citizen, you don't need to do Thailand Pass anymore. So you have to have current vaccination status and at least 6 months validity left on your passport to get in. It took no time at all to enter Thailand, like literally minutes. So a few of the fears that I had or worries of coming to Thailand, well, I had a tight connection in Manchester for my flight out, and I was worried about not making that connection of an hour and a half. Turned out we got in a little bit early. Even though security was tight at Manchester, they searched everything, even my chapstick. It's ridiculous, but I got through fine. The other fear was everybody's losing luggage going to Europe, right? When they have checked bags. And we're thinking over and over again, do I really need to bring a carry-on only? Well, I'm traveling for almost 30 days or more, so it wasn't really something that I considered because I just couldn't fit enough clothes and stuff. So I got a 24-inch check bag plus a 40-liter backpack. Now, when I checked those bags, the bag was checked in Houston, transferred from each plane to plane, and I was given status. And then we got into Phuket, and it was like literally the third bag out of the carousel. I didn't have any problems. The other thing that I thought about was, well, we're coming to Thailand during the rainy season, and I thought about flight cancellations and delays due to weather. What will I do in that case? Well, my advice to anyone that's taking a long trip, always book with points and miles for your flights. Why? Because points and miles gives you a greater flexibility in cancellations or changing your flights, basically up to 24 hours or less sometimes. And that allows you to change last minute. If something happens, you miss a flight. Do the same thing with your hotels. If you have points for hotel chains, book it with your hotel points because you can have greater cushion and greater flexibility to change. We were going to stay at the Millennium in Bangkok. We found that the APEC conference was being held there, so we changed to the Conrad. It's something like that, and it was easy. We got my points back, went to the other one immediately, just like that. Always add in a little cushion or little things like these into your plans because that flexibility and that extra cushion can save you a lot of headache, and you have a buffer in case of those unexpected problems that may occur. Another thing is that always look for your points redemption. If you're going to book with points, sometimes it doesn't pay to book with points. It's a bad redemption value. We book certain places, like the place we're staying at now, $28 a night. I wouldn't book this place using points, even if you could. But if you're staying in Bangkok at, let's say, the Waldorf Astoria, the Conrad Millennium, probably worth it to book with points because those will go for $200, $300, $400 a night. So just weigh your points redemption options. The other fear that I had was to coming to Thailand during the rainy season was, it's weather, it's flooding, it's going to be raining all the time. Well, I brought a raincoat. I haven't used it once. I brought an umbrella. I use that because sometimes there's showers. It's rainy season. It's going to rain. Same thing anywhere in the tropics. It's always going to rain. But the storms will pass. Check the weather every day before you go out because you could get a 3, 4, 5 hour block with great weather and you can go out during that period of time. And periods from like 1 till 3:30 or 4 is going to be too hot where you really can't bear the sun, so you're going to want to be inside and do indoor activities. So plan around the weather. This is the weather now. Knock on wood. A pro about coming during the rainy season is cheaper accommodations usually. Less tourists, you can get better deals on hotels and sometimes even flights. I tell you what, even provinces between Thailand got flights booked for $30 per person up to $40. That's it. Always book with a carrier like Bangkok Airways or Thai Airways versus the low-cost carriers because those two airlines that I named give you a baggage allowance. Check baggage allowance. The other low-cost carriers do not. You have to pay for it, and you might even end up paying more for your ticket because they get you when you check that bag, and you have a weight allowance too. So my final advice, if you just haven't been to Thailand or Asia or somewhere far away, don't be afraid, do your planning, use my tips, and book that trip and get going now.